everybody, today we're going to talk about bird watching. In this video, this is basically going to be your beginner's guide to bird watching. I'm going to cover what you need to get started and just go over some of the basics here. So if you're a little more old school, you might enjoy just having an actual paperback hardcover book here. So this is just your basic bird watching book. They have these for like if you're East Coast, they have these for North America. They've got birding books by just specific regions. So whatever you're interested in, I do think it is a good idea to get a beginner's book. Another thing is from time to time, if you go to a wildlife refuge, if you go to like a nature festival, like this was from Atlantic City Electric Company and Delmarva Power, they handed this out. It's just a free bird watching guide, and it has the basics for the Mid-Atlantic region on it, and it's nice and weather resistant here, so you can bring this out in the field with you. So this would be a good free option if you want something like that. Thing. So if you're looking for a more high-tech option, don't forget about your phone. Two apps that are really, really great are, the one app is called the Merlin app, and it will help you identify birds by sound or by image. That's a really good app for a beginner. Okay, so this is the Merlin app, and it is by Cornell Labs, and it's on the phone. So we're going to try to show you here with the Sound ID. Okay, so it's able to recognize a Carolina wren. It heard it again. It highlights it when it hears it. So another cool thing about the app is it will actually keep your life list. So this is on my son's phone. He just started this, but it shows you all the different birds you saw and where you saw them at. So it's really cool. I highly recommend this app if you're interested in getting started in bird watching. Another app that I really like is called eBird. And this is cool, like if you want to start tracking the birds you see, or if you're in a specific area, like a lot of times when I'm down in coastal Delaware, I'll go on eBird and I'll look and see under the rare birds to kind of see, especially in like the migration season, seeing what other people are seeing, and it helps me give an idea of like, oh, I should go here. Somebody saw this type of bird. So eBird is really good for that and for tracking what you're seeing, and then also you can set those alerts for rare birds and that type of thing. So you can go with the old school book, or you can go with your phone. You can do a combination of both, but all these resources will help you get started in identifying birds, learning the sounds. If you're interested in birding, you've got to get yourself out there. You want to go to a popular birding spot. So for me, that would be closest to us is like the John Hines National Wildlife Refuge. That's a great spot to see birds. They've got a visitor center there that will help you kind of identify different birds, and you can go in and look at the exhibits. But a really important thing is to get a list of activities at your local kind of bird watching spot or your local wildlife refuge. So this is the schedule for April and May, and there are just a ton of different bird walks on here. There's a migratory bird day bird walk, and all different kinds of things. There's a end of the day bird walk, a morning bird walk. So finding your local birding spot or your local wildlife refuge can really be a good resource where you can connect with other birders, or just take one of these walks with an expert to help learn about different birds and help you identify. The other thing is a lot of areas have local birding clubs, and I'm sure no matter where you're at, you're probably going to be able to find a local club, and going to some of those events is really going to help you. So I would just encourage you, look for your local birding hotspots, look for your wildlife refuges, look at those local birding groups, and try to get connected with some of those. So you really don't need any fancy equipment to get started with bird watching. You can observe with just your naked eye, or if you have binoculars, that's a great way to get started. Bring a pair of binoculars out with you. Use binoculars to observe the birds in your yard. If you find that you really like this activity and you want to get a little more into it, we have this Go Sky spotting scope, and I have a review for this on my channel page. But this has been a nice addition for someone like our family. We're beginning bird watchers. This has been awesome to just keep set up in our kitchen area, to be able to observe the feeders, to be able to observe birds in the back of our yard. And then when we go somewhere like a wildlife refuge or somewhere where we know we're going to see a lot of birds, I'll bring this with me. Sometimes I just keep it in the trunk of the car. So this would be kind of your next level if you're interested in seeing birds up close, or using the cell phone adapter that comes with this to take pictures. This would kind of be your upgrade. But you can observe birds through your camera lens with your naked eye. You can observe them with binoculars. All these things are perfectly good and will work well to get you started. Okay, so this is another great idea. If you're interested in getting started in bird watching, you can set up a bird feeder in your backyard. You can get started really inexpensively by buying just one of these little suet baskets. They're just a couple of dollars, and then you place the suet inside of it. It's like a mixture of high fat and bird seed and different things. So just a few dollars, you could hang this from a branch, from a tree. I've got a more deluxe feeder here where I usually keep seed in this basket, water in here, and then I've got several suet feeders. And as you can see, it is well loved by the birds. But setting up in your own yard a bird feeder allows you to observe the birds right out your window, and you can start identifying different types of birds that you'd see around your neighborhood. I talked a little bit about technology, about like some of the different apps that you can use. Another thing that I've actually used a lot is sometimes I'll take a picture of a bird with my cell phone and I'm not able to identify it. And I have a Google Pixel where you can use like Google Lens. So you select the picture, and you do a search on it, and then it will give you results. And that really helps me identify birds a lot of the time. Another good thing is if you have an idea of what you think the bird is, YouTube's also another good resource to search YouTube and look at other people's videos and kind of compare what you saw. So I'd say that bird watching has probably gotten a lot easier with all the modern technology. And I think if you told me when I was like in my 20s, like, hey, you're gonna develop a new hobby, you're gonna be into bird watching, I probably would have laughed at you and been like, no, that's not something I'm interested in. But I really find watching wildlife and watching birds fascinating and relaxing. And this is an activity I'm totally down with in my 40s. So I hope that I've given you some advice and given you some tips if you're interested in bird watching. And I think it's a really great hobby. And I hope you found this helpful. If you've got any other tips or tricks or things that you use when you go bird watching, please share them in the comments below, because I love learning from my viewers, and it's really great when we can all share and help each other. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.